The flickering lights of the Christmas tree cast a warm glow over the crowded dining room, but inside my chest, a storm was raging. Imagine this. You're sitting at the holiday table, surrounded by the people who are supposed to love you most, the aroma of roasted turkey and spiced pie filling the air, laughter echoing off the walls, and then your own mother slides an envelope across the table like it's just another serving of mashed potatoes. "Sweetheart," she said with that tight smile, "consider this your Christmas gift. We're evicting you." My heart stopped. If you're watching this right now, pull up a chair, grab some tissues, and stay with me till the end, because this story isn't just mine, it's about the quiet battles so many of us fight behind closed doors, the kind that test every bond we hold dear. If it moves you even a little, hit that like button and subscribe for more real-life stories that remind us what truly matters. You won't want to miss what happens next. My name is Elena, and at 38, I thought I had life figured out enough to keep my little family afloat. After my divorce 3 years earlier, my daughter Mia and I had moved back in with my parents temporarily, just until I could get back on my feet. I worked 2 jobs. Days at the local bakery kneading dough before dawn, evenings cleaning offices under harsh fluorescent lights. The pay was meager, but the pride I felt handing Mia her lunch money each morning made every aching muscle worth it. Mom and Dad had always been traditional, the kind of parents who believed in tough love and pulling yourself up by your bootstraps. But Christmas that year, it shattered everything I thought I knew about family. The tension had been building for months. Late rent payments I promised to catch up on. The leaky roof repair I couldn't afford. Dad's grumbling about freeloaders, growing louder with each utility bill. But Christmas dinner was supposed to be sacred, a truce in the war of everyday survival. My sister Carla was there with her perfect husband and 2 kids, their gifts piled high under the tree like a magazine spread. Uncle Joe cracked his usual jokes, and little Mia, my bright-eyed 11-year-old with freckles across her nose and a laugh that could light up the darkest room, bounced in her seat, excited about the new art set she'd hinted at wanting for weeks. I had scrimped for months to buy it, wrapping it in newspaper because fancy paper felt like a luxury. We were halfway through the main course when Mom cleared her throat. The envelope was plain white, her handwriting neat on the front, for Elena. I opened it expecting a heartfelt card, maybe a small check to help with bills. Instead, it was a formal eviction notice, typed and signed by both my parents, giving me 30 days to vacate the guest house out back where Mia and I had made our temporary home. "It's time, honey," Mom said softly, but her eyes were steel. "We can't keep carrying you. Carla's family needs the space for the holidays, and honestly, this has gone on too long." The room went silent. Forks froze midair. My face burned with humiliation as tears stung my eyes. Dad looked away, muttering about responsibility. Carla offered a sympathetic shrug, but no one spoke up. Not then. I felt the world crumble. Where would we go? Shelters were full. Rents in our small town skyrocketed after the factory closures. I had no savings. Every extra dollar went to Mia's school supplies. Her therapy sessions after the divorce left her anxious and withdrawn. That night, after Mia finally fell asleep clutching her new art set, I sat on the edge of our creaky bed, staring at the notice until the words blurred. I whispered to the empty room, what kind of mother can't even give her child a stable roof? The weight of failure pressed down like a physical force. Memories flooded me. Mom braiding my hair as a girl, teaching me to bake cookies, promising I'd always have a place with her. How had we drifted so far into this cold transaction of family? The next few days were a blur of despair and frantic searching. I called every apartment listing, swallowed my pride and asked old friends for leads, even considered sleeping in my beat-up car if it came to that. Mia sensed the shift immediately. She stopped drawing her usual vibrant pictures of our forever home, and instead sketched stormy skies and empty houses. "Mommy, are we going to be okay?" she'd ask in that small voice that broke me every time. I lied through my smiles, telling her it was just a grown-up problem we'd solve together. But inside, I was unraveling. Nights were the hardest. Lying awake replaying every mistake. Staying in a toxic marriage too long. Not pushing harder for promotions, trusting that blood would always mean unconditional support. Christmas night turned into a quiet vigil. Mom tried to act normal, bringing me leftover pie and avoiding eye contact. "It's for your own good," she insisted. You'll thank us someday. But her words felt like another door slamming shut. I retreated to the guest house, hugging Mia close as carols played faintly from the main house. That's when everything changed. It was 2 days after Christmas, during a tense family lunch meant to clear the air. Mom was listing all the ways I'd disappointed them: missed chores, the extra water bill from Mia's long baths, my lack of ambition. I sat there, numb, absorbing the blows like I deserved them. Then Mia, who had been quietly coloring at the end of the table, stood up. Her little hands trembled, but her voice rang clear and strong, louder than I'd ever heard it. Grandma, stop. You can't do this to Mommy. She's the best mom in the whole world. She works so hard even when her back hurts, and she reads me stories every night even when she's tired. When I was sick last month, she stayed up all night making me soup from scratch. If we have to leave, I'll miss you, but I won't let you make Mommy cry anymore. Family is supposed to help each other, not kick them out at Christmas. The room fell into stunned silence again, but this time it was different. Mia's words hung in the air like a revelation. Tears streamed down my face as I pulled her into my arms. My sister Carla's eyes widened with realization. Even Dad shifted uncomfortably, his gruff exterior cracking. Mom stared at her granddaughter, her face flushing from shock to something softer, regret, maybe even pride. In that moment, my 11-year-old daughter, the child I'd fought so hard to protect, became my fiercest defender. She spoke up not with anger, but with raw, unfiltered love and truth that cut through years of resentment and unspoken pain. What followed was a painful but healing conversation that stretched late into the evening. Mom admitted the eviction notice stemmed from her own fears. Watching me struggle reminded her of her own hardships raising us alone after Grandpa's passing, and she thought tough love would force me to succeed faster. Dad confessed the financial strain was real but exaggerated. They worried more about enabling dependency than losing us. I shared my terror of failing Mia, the loneliness of single parenthood, and how their support had once been my lifeline. Carla opened up about her own marital stresses, revealing none of us had perfect lives behind the holiday smiles. Mia's courage sparked something profound. Vulnerability replaced defensiveness. We cried together, hugged longer than we had in years, and for the first time, really listened. The resolution didn't come overnight, but it came with grace. My parents tore up the eviction notice that very night. Instead, they offered to help me find a better job through Dad's old contacts at the community center, where I now manage events and bake for their programs, stable hours with benefits. We set clear boundaries and a timeline for me to move out when I was truly ready, turning the guest house into a shared space for family weekends rather than a point of contention. Mia thrived. Her anxiety faded as she saw us model forgiveness and teamwork. She even started a little family strength journal where we all wrote one grateful thing each week. Looking back, that Christmas eviction notice became the unexpected gift that saved us. It forced us to confront the cracks in our foundation before they shattered everything. Life's hardest moments, the financial struggles, the generational misunderstandings, the fear of losing what matters most, often reveal the deepest strengths in those we love. My daughter taught me that even the smallest voice can rewrite a family's story when it speaks from the heart. If you're going through your own silent battle right now, whether it's family tension, feeling stuck, or wondering if you'll ever catch a break, know this: you are not alone, and speaking your truth, no matter how scary, can change everything. Hold your loved ones close, choose compassion over pride, and remember that real family isn't about perfection, it's about showing up when it hurts and lifting each other higher. Mia's bravery inspired me to keep fighting, and it can inspire you too. Thank you for watching my story unfold. If this touched your heart, please like this video so more people can find messages of hope like this, and subscribe to the channel for weekly stories of resilience, redemption, and the quiet heroes among us. Drop a comment below. What's one moment your child or a loved one spoke up and changed everything for you? I read every single one. Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, and here's to stronger families in the new year. See you in the next video. Stay strong out there.